What's good, everybody? What's good, YouTube? What's good, TikTok? What's up, all the people that are rewatching this? And today is October 7th. And today we're going to be talking about two things. Number one, we're going to be talking about emotions and how your emotions keep you trapped in certain loops that you may not be aware of. The second thing that we're going to talk about is limiting beliefs and how these limiting beliefs also keep you trapped in realities and habits and ways of thinking that you weren't aware of. Okay. So now let's get into it. The first thing we're going to talk about is the emotional mechanics of limiting beliefs. So they're all connected, but we're going to talk about the emotions aspect of it first. Now, this is perfect for you if you've been feeling very emotional lately. This is perfect for you if you feel like you have a hot temper. This is perfect for you if when people say one little thing to you, it shifts your whole energy. So this is exactly what you need to hear, especially if you've been getting a little ticked off too easily. All right. So the emotional mechanics of limiting belief, how emotions lock us into mental loops. Can I get some fire emojis if you guys are ready to hear this? Drop a comment below, leave a like, subscribe if you haven't, if you are ready to hear these messages. Okay. Now, the first thing we're going to talk about is, I'm going to read this to you. While the brain and its neurological processes play a pivotal role in how we form and maintain limiting beliefs, emotions are the glue that often lock these beliefs into place. All right, let's talk about that. No belief system is accepted into your mind until your body has a physical, emotional reaction to it. What that means is that trauma isn't trauma until you are emotional about it. Trauma isn't trauma until it gives you some type of and emotions doesn't always mean that you cried outward. Emotions doesn't always mean that you showed your anger outward. Emotion is feeling it. You felt that feeling, that energy pass through you. Emotion is energy in motion. So imagine, in order to create something mentally, you need that energy in motion to solidify it. All right. So emotions can either fuel or hinder personal growth. And when they become entangled with limiting beliefs, they form a self-perpetuating loop. Now, I think that a lot of y'all have gotten caught in a self-perpetuating loop and have not recognized it until today. Today will be the day that you become aware of everything that you've been telling yourself that you don't realize has actually been hurting you instead of harming you. You may have thought that you were just expressing yourself, but in reality, you are actually creating things. You see, what you speak outward is what becomes, okay? So, emotions can either fuel or hinder your personal growth. And when they become entangled with limiting beliefs, they form a self-perpetuating loop. Understanding the emotional aspect of limiting beliefs is essential for breaking free from these constraints and creating the reality we desire. Emotional imprinting. This is the first thing. I need everybody to comment below. Emotional imprinting. Everybody comment below. Emotional imprinting. I need to see y'all comments. Emotional imprinting. Okay, great. Emotional imprinting. The emotional charge of limiting beliefs. Emotions are central to how beliefs are stored in our mind. Now, what I need y'all to understand is that this part right here is, I'm not just going to tell you, you need to think positive. You need to not entertain negative thoughts. I am going to actually explain to you the science so you can understand just how detrimental this is to your well-being and to your reality. Emotions are central to how beliefs are stored in our mind. Did y'all hear that? Emotions are central to how beliefs are stored in our mind. So the beliefs that you have in your mind, they got solidified there because of the emotions that you felt behind them. When we experience a powerful emotional event, whether positive or negative, it leaves an imprint in our subconscious. The brain essentially tags these experiences with emotions, making them easier to recall when faced with similar situations in the future. This is why when you go through a heartbreak or when somebody cheats on you, whenever you get in a new relationship, the first thing that you want to do is bring some of those old fearful emotions that you had before. Right? Hold on. I'm trying to make sure this is working. I don't know why it's not working. Right? So the first thing that you start to do is you start to bring up some of those old traumas and those old things that you were feeling before. Just showing y'all the brain so y'all can understand. All right? Now, let's get into it. So, the brain essentially tags these experiences with emotions, making them easier to recall when faced with similar situations in the future. For instance, if a child is publicly embarrassed when speaking in front of a class, they may internalize the belief that they are not good at public speaking. The emotional charge from the embarrassment intensifies the memory, and over time, it makes the belief harder to dismantle because it's more than just an idea. It's an emotionally charged memory. Is this making sense, everyone? So you may say, how can we use this to our benefit? Well, first of all, your mind doesn't know what's real and what's not real. So let's say you watch the video of somebody driving a convertible, right? A convertible Porsche or whatever. And then while you were watching this video of somebody driving this convertible Porsche, you got yourself emotionally excited. Your brain will then use that as a emotionally charged memory, and your brain will think that that was you. Okay, now let's finish. Emotional loops and self-reinforcement. The emotional charge behind limiting beliefs can create emotional loops. Each time we encounter a situation that challenges our limiting belief, the same emotion resurfaces. For example, if you have a limiting belief around your money, every time it's time for you to spend $1, that tightness in your chest comes up. You don't want to spend the money. But did you know that you having that emotional reaction to doing something that you are going to have to do regardless in this life only creates more negative relationships between you and money? If you have a super traumatic experience where somebody cheated on you, and every time that you get in a new relationship, you're like, what are you doing? What are you this? You're allowing that fear to come back up into your life because it is an emotionally charged belief. You believe that people are cheaters. You believe that every man is a cheater. So inevitably, you're going to think that the person that you with is going to cheat. If someone believes that they are unworthy of love, for instance, they may experience repeated feelings of rejection or inadequacy in relationships. This repetition reinforces the emotional loop where the limiting belief triggers an emotion and the emotion reinforces the limiting belief. Everybody comment below if this is making sense. Is this helping you understand your mind? You see, one thing about me, I need energy. I need y'all to let me know. I need y'all to have a lot of energy in the chat. I need y'all to be like, yo, this is facts. Oh my God, this happened to me. I need y'all to communicate and interact with me because I'm feeling like I know y'all listening and I know y'all really deep into it, but I need to feel the energy. You looking at me and you quiet, but I need you to be, yes, you right. Yup, I need ad-libs, baby. Thank you. So, let me read that one more time. If someone believes they are unworthy of love, they may experience repeated feelings of rejection or inadequacy in relationships. This repetition reinforces the emotional loop where the limiting belief triggers an emotion and the emotion reinforces the limiting belief. This is why it's important that you take time to meditate with yourself and you can look at every single thought that's passing your mind. Every single thought that's passing your mind, you want to read it. You want to listen to it. You want to ask yourself, is this real? Is this really how I feel? Or is this how I think I feel? Is this something I just told myself? You see, when you have a thought that comes into your mind and it says, you're ugly, you have to ask that thought, who told you that? Where did you come from? You know how in your computer, you can look at your files and you can see the directory. Oh, this file is in your desktop. Oh, this file is in your downloads. You got to look at that file and you got to see, where is this locating back to? And that file may just be your ex file. This file may just be your old jobs file. This file may just be your toxic mom file. And then you recognize, holy shit, this is not even my belief. This is somebody else's belief that I believe because they started to tell me that based off of their own judgment on themselves. This is how deep this goes. Y'all run up the likes. Let's continue to go. This is how people get stuck in loops. When emotions are unaddressed, they reinforce the limiting beliefs, which then continue to drive the same emotional responses. Let me say that one more time. This is how people get stuck in loops. When emotions are unaddressed, they reinforce the limiting beliefs, which then continue to drive the same emotional responses. This is why it's important that you pay attention to how you're reacting to things, because you may not realize that you're reacting out of it because your body is like a crackhead feeding the next reaction. Some of y'all are not irritated because of work. Some of y'all are irritated because your body is used to getting irritated at 3 o'clock p.m. So when it's 3 o'clock p.m. and you haven't gotten irritated yet, you find yourself getting irritated by the little things because your body is like, hello, I didn't get my sense of dopamine. I didn't get my sense of irritation. I didn't get my sense of emotions. You see, a lot of y'all don't even realize that you yourself is a drug to yourself. You yourself are addicted to some of your thoughts. Am I speaking facts? So let's finish. This cycle becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy where our emotions lead us to act in ways that reaffirm our limiting beliefs. So now, because you done told yourself that everybody cheat, now you decide that you're not going to date no more. And now you put yourself in a deeper hole because you started to believe your emotions. You started to believe the things that you told yourself. And some of the things that you told yourself are not even true. So, the role of fear, the guardian of limiting beliefs. Fear is perhaps the most powerful emotional driver of limiting beliefs. I need y'all to understand that feeling fear is one of the worst emotions you could ever feel. It's one of the worst. It is a surefire way to make everything that you don't want happen. I promise you. Okay? So, fear is perhaps the most emotional driver of limiting beliefs. It acts as a guardian, keeping us within the boundaries of our perceived limitations. Whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown. These are the 3 things that you could be afraid of right now. I want you to comment below, which one do you think you're afraid of? Or fear of poverty. Which one you think that has been leading you? Fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown, or fear of poverty? Which one? Which one? Which one you feel like has been leading you? Fear of failure. Somebody said failure. What else? Failure. Okay. Fear of success. Failure. Fear of rejection. Fear of my negative thoughts. Fear of the unknown. Rejection. Poverty and failure. Fear of poverty. Fear of the unknown. Okay, good. Guess what? You have to become aware of what you fear so that way you cannot be afraid of it. Because if you're not exactly sure of why you're fearing what you're fearing, thank you for the gifts, for the pumpkin. If you're not exactly sure of why you're fearing what you're feeling or what you are afraid of, you're going to find yourself constantly in fear of it because you're not aware of what it is. Once you become aware of something, you can then get out of the program. You can then get out of the loop once you become aware of the loop, okay? So, whether it's fear of failure, fear of rejection, or fear of the unknown, this emotion prevents us from stepping outside our comfort zone and challenging the beliefs that confine us. Fear, as a survival mechanism, is deeply rooted in the brain's amygdala. I always fuck up saying this. Amygdala. When faced with an unfamiliar or challenging situation, the brain automatically triggers the fight or flight response, pushing us to avoid discomfort. You know, when negative things are happening, right? Or when you're going through life and you always try to entertain the worst case scenario first. Listen, entertaining the worst case scenario first is a type of coping mechanism. You feel like if you know what the worst thing is going to happen, you can prepare yourself and it won't, and whatever happens, it'll be better than the worst case scenario. But let me tell you something. Having your mind automatically on what could go wrong or a fear-based mechanism is only creating more of that reality. You're going to have to go. You're distracting me right now. You're going to have to go. I'm sorry, baby. I know you want to play right now, but I'm teaching the people, okay? You got to go, okay? All right. Everybody say hi to Cash. Everybody say hi to Cash. My baby. All right. Now let's finish. That fight or flight response, you got to calm yourself down from that. That fight or flight response causes your heart to beat out of sync. So if your heartbeat is boom, 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 boom. When you're in fight or flight response, your heartbeat is boom, 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 and it's out of its natural sync. Now, I don't know any good that comes from your heart beating out of an incoherence. That means that your health is being affected all simply because your fight or flight response. Somebody said how to calm down. Your breath. Meditation. When you learn meditation, you learn how to deal with high stressful moments. And you know that when you allow yourself to get stressed out to a high degree, it's only doing worse than it is doing good. You may think that, but I need to express myself. But if this expression is not helping you, then was it really worth expressing it? It's almost like that person that's like, no, I got to tell them what I think. But telling that person what you think isn't actually going to benefit you. No, this cat, oh my gosh. Yo, get out. Get out. Because you're about to break shit. Fucking orange cats. All right. This is why it feels easier to stay within the boundaries of our limiting beliefs, because challenging them means confronting our deepest fears. Okay? But you have to face your deepest fears and realize that they're not as bad as you think they are. And a lot of times, I read this today, 85% of the negative things that we think are going to happen to us don't even happen. How emotions can be reprogrammed for growth. Just as emotions could lock us into limiting beliefs, they can also be harnessed to break free from them. By understanding the emotional mechanics behind these beliefs, we can begin to rewire the emotional connection and create empowering beliefs. Okay? One way to do this is through emotional reassociation. This involves intentionally pairing positive emotions with new empowering beliefs. So if now you're telling yourself, I am wealthy, that means that you now start to create positive emotions every time that you see money, every time that you spend money, every time that you get money. You have an emotional reaction that is positive. Instead of every time that you spend money, you're like, I don't want to, I don't this, I don't that. But if you had a lot of it, you would love to. Do you see what happens? Do you see how you are telling yourself that you want to be wealthy, but every time you spend money, you get upset. But if you were wealthy, you would be happy to spend that money. You'd be like, I'm about to go to the store. I'm about to spend this. I'm about to spend this. I'm about to spend this. You get what I'm saying? So, for instance, instead of associating public speaking with fear and embarrassment, we can visualize a scenario where speaking in front of an audience brings confidence, joy, and fulfillment. By repeatedly practicing this emotional shift, we begin to replace the old limiting belief with a new, more empowering one. Is this making sense, y'all? I know this making sense. All right? How emotions can be reprogrammed for growth. Just as emotions can lock us into limiting beliefs, they can also be harnessed to break free from them. By understanding the emotional mechanics behind these beliefs, we can begin to rewire the emotional connections and create new empowering beliefs, okay? So let me show y'all something that I think that y'all should do, all right? If you're trying to manifest a new car or something like that, let me show you. I think you should watch videos that look like this. Watch videos that look like this. Right? In this perspective, this is called POV. When you watch videos that are in this perspective, obviously, if you black, you want to watch somebody with black arms. You know what I'm saying? But what this does is that this tricks your brain into thinking that you're the one driving it, right? And then you want to do this right before you go to sleep. You want to do this right before you go to sleep. And then what you're going to do is you're going to feel the excitement of like, whoa, this thing is fast. Like, feel the excitement. Do it by yourself so you don't sit here judging yourself, feeling weird. But this is how you program yourself. This is what I did to manifest my Mustang. I did this for a month. And after a month, I literally went and got the car. So I'm telling y'all, this works. Okay? And the key is to visualize right before you go to sleep. The key is to visualize right before you go to sleep. All right? So, let's finish. Mindfulness and emotional awareness. Okay, so now this is the most important part for me. I feel like what y'all are missing is you guys don't pay attention enough to yourself. I think a lot of y'all aren't recognizing that you're falling asleep to yourself throughout the day. Now, what I mean by this is throughout the day, you're subconsciously going through your day. What this means is that during your day, you're not even recognizing how you're talking about shit how you said you didn't want to talk about. You're not recognizing that you're playing with certain things because your body is a habit. You're not realizing that you're biting your nails out of habit. A lot of y'all are not realizing that you're doing things out of a program, and it's not because you're consciously choosing to do it. You're shaking your leg. You're tapping your leg. Subconsciously, you didn't even recognize you were doing it. You're twirling your hair. Subconsciously, you didn't even recognize that you're doing it. So now what I'm trying to get you to understand is that you have to subconsciously change how you think. And how do I do that? By changing it consciously. So now let's get into it. So mindfulness plays a crucial role in dismantling emotional loops. If you want to change these loops that you are living in, you have to become super aware of everything that you think and that you do. I'm going to break this down so simple. By becoming more aware of our emotional responses to situations, by becoming more aware of how you react to everyone and everything, when somebody comes into your life and they trigger you and you're like, I'm aware, damn, this person is triggering me. This person is irritating me. Instead of just blatantly reacting, but becoming aware, hey, this person is making me feel a type of way. Hey, I'm getting a little cranky right now. Be very aware of everything that you think, everything that you feel, all right? By becoming more aware of our emotional responses to situations, we can begin to notice the underlying belief driving those emotions. For example, When feelings of inadequacy surfaces, when you have these feelings that you don't feel good enough, you don't feel like you're powerful enough, you don't feel like you're doing enough. That's what that means. Mindfulness allows us to pause and recognize the limiting beliefs behind these feelings. I was just on the phone with one of my friends, and she was like, yeah, I just got to recognize that, money is going to go sometimes. Like, it's going to go. So I got to use it all while it's here. And I said, who says that it has to go? I said, who told you that? And she didn't mean it like, oh, like I'm going to spend it. Like, she meant it like, some moments she have money and some moments she don't. So in those moments that she has money, she has to da 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 da. And I said, but who told you that life has to be that way? Who told you that you can't always have money? Who told you that you have to go through periods of super dry droughts? Who told you that that is a part of life? Now, what you have to understand is that when you put certain rules over your realm, over your reality, over your dream. If you look at realm, reality, and real, and dream, they all have R-E-A in it, the same little root in it. Or over your life, you do realize that these rules now have a power over your world, over your Sims world, over your Minecraft world, over your GTA world. So if you set a rule that money is either here or you're completely out of it, then that is what your life is going to be. So that's why you have to be very mindful of the rules, of the beliefs that you set in your reality. Okay? So, but once you can identify why you think a certain type of way, then you can realize how not to react anymore. So, for example, if you feel inadequate or you feel like you're not good enough, right? That's a feeling. You now have to ask yourself, why do I feel like this? I feel like this because when I was in 8th grade, they told me I wasn't shit. They told me I wasn't going to do this. They told me I wasn't going to do that. When you can get to the root of things, that's how you solve it. It's like a weed. You can't just take this is the soil, right? The weed is poking up here, but the root is right here. You can't just take this part out and think that the root is not gonna grow out. You have to go in the dirt and pull it all the way out of the soil so it grows no more. So a lot of y'all need to meditate throughout the day so you can watch the thoughts that pop up and then you can pull them out of your brain and throw them away. What I noticed was that when I would meditate, all of the thoughts that would pop up were TikToks. So I recognized, Ori, you got to stop scrolling because all of these TikToks are bombarding your mind. So when it's time for you to sit down and visualize, your focus is going here and here. And did you hear about Mr. Product? Did you hear about Lucas Coley? Did you hear about this? All the past TikToks that I've been watching. This is why every time that you try to manifest or you try to visualize, you get off of the visualization. You end up all the way over here. You end up all the way over here. Now you're like, damn, I'm hungry. And you were supposed to be visualizing your dream car. Now you're thinking about pork chops. I'm just saying. So let's finish. Once identified, we can challenge the belief and choose a different emotional response. So once you recognize, I'm feeling irritated because of this, and it stems back to this age and this girl and this, then you can challenge that belief and say, but are you real though? Is that true? Where did that come from? That's challenging it, right? Over time, mindfulness helps to weaken the emotional charge behind limiting beliefs. The more we practice being present and aware of our emotional patterns, the easier it becomes to rewire those patterns and create new emotional associations. This is basically like a mental fast. Okay? Every time you find yourself getting emotionally triggered by something, instead of eating some food and allowing yourself to feel that trigger, instead you drink some water. And you cleanse it and you detox it. But you got to understand that when you're detoxing and when you're fasting, everything is going to come up. And that's the most challenging part about this. To not allow yourself to be confused again. All right? To be tricked again by these limiting beliefs that you've been told by somebody else. My nose is like... All right, let's finish. Using emotions to create a desired reality. Emotions are the key to manifesting the reality we desire. So now do you see why it's important for you to get these emotions in check? The law of attraction, for example, emphasizes the importance of aligning our emotional state with the reality we wish to create. Are y'all still with me? Can I get some fire emojis? Are y'all still with me? I need to know that y'all still here and y'all are still listening and y'all are still paying attention. I need to make sure y'all still here. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm just making sure. Making sure everybody's still here. Let's finish. Let's keep going. So, emotions are the key to manifesting the reality we desire. The law of attraction, for example, emphasizes the importance of aligning our emotional state with the reality we wish to create. If we desire success, abundance, or love, we must first cultivate the emotions that align with those outcomes. Confidence, gratitude, and joy. If you're always complaining about how you're living, that doesn't give the signal of somebody being happy about their life. That gives the signal that somebody does not like how they're living, that they're upset about it, that they're sad about certain aspects of it. But when you're grateful, it's like that energy of, oh my God, I can't believe I'm living this life. I'm just so grateful. This is why it's important for 4 to 5 days straight. Practice gratitude for like 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes a day. And in 4 to 5 days, you will see a change in your life. What ends up happening is the cells start to heal itself. Either the cells or the heart starts to heal the cells. Some kind of way, in 4 to 5 days of showing gratitude for 20 minutes, 15 to 20 minutes a day, you start to heal yourself. Okay, I have the notes. Okay, that is from Joe Dispenza. All right. Becoming Supernatural. That's where I got it from. All right. So, by doing so, we shift our emotional frequency and we begin to attract experiences that resonate with those emotions. So if you're constantly complaining, you're going to attract more situations to complain about subconsciously. Okay? Moreover, emotions have the power to influence our subconscious mind, where limiting beliefs reside. Okay? By intentionally cultivating positive emotions through visualization, affirmations, and gratitude practices, we begin to reshape our subconscious programming. So what you're doing is you are consciously creating a garden within your mind. And anytime there is a weed that comes up, you're going to pull that weed out and put a seed there to grow what you want to happen in your life. And you're going to water it with your affirmations, with your gratitude. You're going to water it. Okay? But a lot of y'all have been watering negativity. And then you wonder why your life looks the way that it looks. Okay? You have to become aware of these emotional loops that you get yourself caught in. You have to be aware of them. Because a lot of y'all aren't aware of this life that you're living has only got you caught in a fishnet like this because of the things that you tell yourself. That's it. That's it. So, let's go to understanding limiting beliefs, okay? Let's get into it. Now, this one is going to be a little bit more scientific, all right? And then after this, I'm going to head out. Limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained perceptions that hinder individuals from achieving their full potential. Now, listen, y'all, if you guys enjoy this type of content, if you guys enjoy learning from me, I think the best way that you're going to learn is from my mystery school. So if you want to join my mystery school, all you need to do is DM me on Instagram or TikTok, and I will send you the link to the mystery school. Everything that I'm teaching from, all of my reports will be on there, so that way you can always study from them. So let's go. Limiting beliefs are deeply ingrained perceptions that hinder individuals from achieving their full potential. These beliefs often emerge during early development and are significantly shaped by environmental factors, including familial influence, societal expectations, and personal experiences. So, what that means is that if your family has always been in poverty and they believe that having money is evil, you're subconsciously going to take that belief. And then what's going to happen is it's going to demonize the idea of you making more money. You're not going to want to make more money because you're going to believe that that's evil. So do you see how you not questioning some of the things you believe could lead you living a life that you don't even want to live? Exactly. Okay. The brain's neuroplasticity, which is the ability to reorganize itself by forming new neural connections, plays a pivotal role in how these beliefs are formed and entrenched. So what I want you to think about your neuroplasticity is like, think about it like a spider web. Every time that you learn something new, it creates a new spider web. And every time that you feed that belief, the spider web gets stronger and thicker to the point where it cannot be broken. Okay? So it's like a new neural connection, a new belief that has been solidified in your brain. Okay? So what happens is that it plays a pivotal role in how your beliefs are formed. That's what neuroplasticity is, okay? So, neurobiological foundations, neurons and synapses. When a belief is first formed, neural pathways are created. Repeated reinforcements of these beliefs strengthen these pathways, making them more resistant to change. So the more you react to something emotionally about a specific topic, the harder it will be for you to not believe that thing, the harder it will be for you to break that belief. So the more that you tell yourself you're abundant, and the more that you give yourself positive reinforcement, the harder it's going to be for you later on to believe that you are in lack, or you are a poverty thinking person, or that you don't make money. All right. But it can also go the opposite way. The more you think negative about money, the more you respond to it emotionally, the more you hate spending money, the more you will never think that you deserve to be wealthy. I'm over here reading your comment. Why we react? Because we're human. We're human. That's what we do. That's what we do. We react. Listen, y'all, everybody on here, if this is what you need to learn, if you need to learn the science of your mentality, if you need to learn how the fuck do I change my reality? I'm being real with you at this point because goddamn, I'm sick and tired. If you are like, how the fuck do I stop being this person and I be this person? Give me the steps. I don't give a fuck. Give me the steps. Then I'm the right person for you. DM me. I want to join your mystery school. DM me and I will send you the link. This is for the person who's like, I am tired of being here. How the fuck do I get there? Period. Thank you. Because at this point, I just want to keep shit real with you and raw. I'm not going to give you no whole sales pitch. If I could, would you? Did that, fuck that. Do you need to change? Yes? Okay. Hit me up. Period. Anyways, you don't ask your plug to give you a whole. Exactly. Anyways, let's go. So, and I know I'm getting real scientific. Somebody said, so try to be psychopath, no emotions? No. Your emotions can be used for benefit. The problem is that you use them for negative more than you use them for benefit. You need to stop reacting to negative things and react very boldly to positive things. All right? So, the synaptic pruning process can further entrench these beliefs, where seldom used pathways are eliminated while frequently used pathways are reinforced. So the more you tell yourself that you are abundant and you give yourself an emotional reaction, the more that belief strengthens. The more you tell yourself you are abundant, but you don't do anything to strengthen that belief, the more it weakens. Okay, thanks. Emotional tagging. The amygdala, responsible for emotional processing. Let me show y'all what that looks like. This is what the amygdala looks like. The amygdala. See that? This is the amygdala. Okay? You guys learning something new today? You guys learning something new today? Fire, fire, fire. I'm glad. I'm glad you guys are learning something new today. All right. So, when a belief is tied to strong emotions, whether positive or negative, it becomes more deeply embedded in the subconscious mind. It comes deeply embedded in the subconscious mind. All right. Now, social and environmental influences, conditioning. From a young age, individuals are conditioned by their peers, surroundings, their parents, right? And when you are repeatedly exposed to a specific message, whether from your parents, peers, or the media, it can lead to the internalization of limiting beliefs. So a lot of y'all really need to be mindful of all that social media that you're taking in, because you may not be realizing how this one belief over here is causing you to think that you're not successful. And this is why I tell people to be careful with Twitter, because Twitter is a bunch of other people's intrusive thoughts. And I don't think that's safe. I don't think that's healthy for people to be reading other people's intrusive thoughts at that level. What do you guys think? All right. So, yeah. 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 I gave y'all a lot of information today. I think you heard what you needed to hear. And yeah, that's my message for today. That is my message for today. All right. Make sure you guys go ahead and DM me if you want to join the mystery school. I will put all of my reports in that mystery school. If you want to join my magnetism class, go ahead and DM me. I will be here tomorrow on live. Tomorrow's live will be more. Today's live was simply about giving you guys informations, okay? So make sure, like I said, DM me. Also, last thing I want to say too is make sure you guys go ahead and check out the crystal shop and get you some new crystals, all right? Make sure you guys go ahead and check out the crystal shop and get you some new crystals. We dropped so many new necklaces. Hold on. We dropped so many new necklaces. The link is in the bio. Hold on, y'all. The link is in the bio, so y'all make sure y'all go ahead and check them out. Beautiful, beautiful stones. All right. Link is in the bio. Link is in the description. All right. DM me if you have any questions. Also, I do want to show y'all for all of the girlies real quick. For all of the girlies, let me show y'all what we just got added to the crystal shop. Go to the crystal bracelets. And I want to show y'all for all of the girls who like to wear their little Swarovski, who like to wear their little tennis bracelets. We just added this bracelet on here. Actually, what I'm about to do is I'm going to drop this price right now to $53 right now. So if you guys want to cop this bracelet is now $53. Aquamarine. There's only two left though. So 53. All right. So now it should be at $53 now. Yep, boom. There you go. All right. And then we have necklaces, we have bangles that you could wear. Come on now. You feel me? So make sure you guys go ahead and check it out. Link is in the bio. DM me if you have any questions. I love you guys, and later.